my name's Julianne Pook, and I'm a mother of a beautiful young son, Josiah John Pook, who unfortunately has passed away several years ago after his drug use and exposure to drugs. Joe, as a young man, was a really happy, beautiful young child. He used to say he had a very happy childhood, which was a lovely thing. We probably only became aware of Joe's anxiety in the later high school years. He was always a young man who was very intelligent, very creative, had big hopes and dreams for himself and what he wanted to do and impacts he wanted to make for other people and the world, I guess. But as time grew on, the anxiety started to build. He didn't feel his looks were good enough. He didn't think that he was, an attractive person to other young women. His music, he was very critical of his own performances. With that came increased anxiety and eventually depression. Looking back now, we understand it to be probably in his years 12, where he became exposed to other students using marijuana, experimenting with pills, and that's how things really started for Joe. And even though I'm a social worker, I was still very naive about the whole drug and pill use culture. We were not a family where there was a drug culture, not a pill culture. I guess we hoped by providing a really great school, friends, activities, lots of love, lots of support, that would have been enough. Now I realise it's not if but when, and to have had conversations with Joe way before year 12 to really start conversations about drug safety and awareness and pill use. My message and hope for other parents who might be listening to this would be to realise you probably can't do it on your own. It's too big a problem. The substances are now too addictive, and they really just can't snap out of it. They can't just sort of wake up and decide, yes, I'm going to go a different direction. As time went on, we felt quite paralysed because we had to be so sensitive about how we spoke to him, that we didn't make things worse, that we didn't upset him, that we didn't fragment the relationship further. Whereas in hindsight, maybe had I gone and spoken to someone, they could have helped me know how to better support Joe. I would have my eyes more open. I would have those conversations earlier. I would get myself informed. Eyes and Arms Wide Open is just a title to try and reflect what we're hoping to achieve with this program. So the Eyes Wide Open is about, as I said, not being naive, not being blinkered, just being aware of the world that they live in, the pressures that they're under. They're going to be hard conversations, and as a parent, they're going to put you into an uncomfortable position. So yes, encouragement to open our eyes as a community, open our eyes as individuals. And the Arms Wide Open is about just continuing to wrap your arms around your child at whatever stage in that continuum they might be at, and to let them know no matter what, you're going to be there for them, and together there is always hope. You can't do it as an individual. The problem's too severe. The drugs are too impacting that anyone can really do it on their own. And certainly the young person cannot do it on their own. Yes, so eyes and arms wide open, and just wishing you, everyone who might be hearing this, all the best in your own journeys and cheering you on as best we can. So thank you.